We started off our morning in the rain, and first up we caught Music City Star 153 as it made its way east from Nashville to Lebanon. Next up we drove southeast to Fosterville, Tennessee to catch Q648. Q648 on this day was pulling a Metra rebuilt locomotive north to Chicago, and we really wanted to see that. It's the third locomotive you'll see in line. I was set up for a great shot, and then the clouds parted just a bit and the sun came out and ruined my shot. So I'll show this angle, and then I'll show the full train angled away from us, and then at the end I'll show you the shot of the day, which was my son who went to the other side of the tracks and got a beautiful photograph of the Metra. And here's Adam's shot of the Metra Locomotive 213, as I said, shot of the day. Next up we catch Q647 in Stevenson, Alabama. This one took quite a bit of work to get ahead of. We caught up to it twice at two different crossings. Made a little bit of progress before we got to it at the second crossing, but still had to wait for the entire train to get by, and then finally got just ahead of it before we got into Stevenson and was able to pull over and get video of it. Next up, we made our way over to Bridgeport, Alabama. Bridgeport and Stevenson both have Norfolk Southern and CSX trains that run together on their way into Chattanooga. The lines actually meet in Stevenson, but it looked like on the map that Bridgeport was going to be a little bit of a better place to sit and watch. Stevenson also has a railroad museum, but the view of the tracks, the available places to sit just didn't seem that great. Here we're panning over with the drone. The Sequatchie Valley Railroad has a little office here, and some of their rolling stock was sitting there with a few locomotives. And then this is a view of the museum itself, the old Spanish-style depot that they have in Bridgeport. You can see Adam sitting there. They have a nice elevated platform with a little bit of a cover on it. And so we sat there for a little while and caught a couple trains. And so the first train we see here is a Norfolk Southern Intermodal train that's headed towards Chattanooga. Just east of this location is a river crossing bridge that goes down the single track. And so he'll slowly pull to a stop here and await a CSX local move that's coming over the bridge and into Bridgeport. And here we catch CSX train Q583. After we left Bridgeport, we made our way back into Stevenson and caught this train at Stevenson. This is a wonderful lesson in not putting your video camera too close to the tracks, especially when a high-speed train's coming. So some of you may recognize this location from a previous video we did, our Railfan road trip to Dalton, Georgia. Now that we had the drone, I really wanted to go back as I wanted a little more elevation of a train coming along the track south of Lake Nickajack so that you could see the water behind the train. So we got there set up, and not long after we arrived, managed to catch this Norfolk Southern manifest train coming out of Chattanooga and across the south side of the lake. And here we are just on the west side of Lake Nickajack. We managed to catch CSX train E302, a loaded unit coal train. We also saw Q583 sitting in a siding, so thought we'd make up from our earlier experience of the camera falling over and catch that, but he'd actually lulled out, and while we were sitting here after E302 came by, the PTI taxi came to pick those crew members up, and the train was shut down for the night. And last up, we set up on a bridge going over to Nickajack Dam, and much like the day started, this ends in a pouring rain. In fact, it was so bad that I couldn't take it anymore, and as soon as the locomotive and a few cars came by, you'll see the camera pan as I begin to make my mad dash back to the car because the rain just continued to get harder and harder. Thanks for watching this video. Hope you enjoyed it. If you did, click on the like button down below. Give us a thumbs up. Also, don't forget to subscribe to the channel.